and welcome to the frickin' Comedy Bang Bang. It's the podcast. I'm your host, Scott Aukerman, and frickin' What's Up Hot Dog, and I'm here with Jeff Davis.
What's up, dudes and dudettes and all those in between and around town? I hope everyone is having a lovely Sunday or whatever day you're listening to this on. I know that I am. I'm having a very, very lovely day today. I'm in a very good mood.
That's awesome. You sound great. I saw you on the Zoom. I was really excited to see you kind of roll into frame there with your little ukulele and microphone kind of visible.
I'm not wearing a jacket. It's hot in my office. I'm just wearing a shirt. I haven't been drinking. Now it's I think this is day 12. And wow. I got to tell you, I feel like $1 million. You can see my jawline again. Look at that. You see this? That's a jaw. That
you look like you look like a mean lean bluegrass machine, I think.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sleeping good. I'm eating good. I just made myself a very sexy dinner, and yeah, I just no boozing. I've been sober for 12 days, and I just feel. You know what it's like? It's like how people probably feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah. I hear that people are out there like they have an appetite and they sleep good and they wake up and they're productive. It's very exciting. It's all very exciting.
A really sexy meal. Did you make your famous special Titties Thermador, Jeff?
Titties Thermador. It's a cream-based sauce. It's kind of like somewhere between a bechamel and a bechamel Alice. And
okay.
It's very good. It's a lot of prep. Titties Thermador is a little more labor intensive. You know, that's one of the problems of being a bachelor, Spencer and Kevin. One of the main problems of being a bachelor is like, you know, sometimes you're like, you know what, I'm in the mood for Titties Thermador, but there's so much work.
I can't hear him, folks.
And it's like just cooking Titties Thermador for one. It's almost not worth all the labor that goes into it, and yet, you know, I persist. What's going on, Spencer?
I think Spencer's having audio problems, maybe.
Well, we can hear him. He's muttering.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I can't hear you guys, though.
I can hear you, Spencer.
AirPods Max.
Kevin, let's check in with you. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing great. What you up to this weekend?
I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Also, again, you've never had the same background twice. It's always something new with you. Your backdrop is ever changing.
This is the same room. I don't know. I'm zoomed in tighter.
Wait, you moved houses. You've moved houses. This can't be the same room.
For the last 10 episodes, this has been my backdrop.
Oh, okay.
Can I tell a brief Scott Aukerman story since Spencer invoked the name of Scott Aukerman moments ago?
I was hoping you would. Now,
I've known Scott Aukerman for years and years and years and years. Not well, but, you know, the comedy community in Los Angeles is small. And, you know,
sure.
There's an improv and sketch and stand-up community that people around the same age group tend to know each other. And, you know, not necessarily super well all the time, but certainly I've known Scott for a good long time. We were going off to South by Southwest, and Spencer, you might have been at the airport with me at this time. Although, you know, I think I came in on my own on this flight. At any rate, I'm at LAX, and Kulop walks up to me, and I'm not going to say her last name. I'm forgetting it. I'm going to say it wrong. But our Laotian
Aukerman.
Oh, is it Aukerman? No, she kept her.
Yeah, no, it's a Vlasok.
It starts with a V. I forget.
Vlasok.
Yeah, she's awesome. And we just worked together on her show, Bajillion Dollar Properties. And so she comes up and says hello. And she points over at somebody who's like in middle distance. And it's this very skinny gentleman, like very thin. And he's got kind of a ragged, kind of Raskolnikov-esque beard. And she points over and she says, "Oh, I'm over there with like Smacky Mommy, like some name I didn't like." Looking back, she was calling him a nickname, but she said something that I didn't recognize, and also I didn't recognize the person because maybe my vision is failing as with the ravages of time. But you know, about 35 feet away, she points to a guy and he looks over his shoulder and he waves, and she calls him like, you know, Snapple Dapple or, you know, Fruity Loops or whatever, and we get on the plane. We fly to Austin, Texas. We go to the bag claim, and there they are. There's Kulop and this gentleman standing next to her. And so we're talking, we're saying hi. And I go, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm blanking on your name. And he gave me what I think they call a withering glance. He looked absolutely, justifiably bummed out. And he goes, Scott Ackerman. I've known you for 15 years. And I was like, oh, shit. And of course, I feel like a heel. But in my defense, he had lost a lot of weight and he had a beard and she called him fruity boobies or whatever she called him. And it didn't add up to me. And I am bad with names and then I panic. And so I hope I didn't ruin his day or his South by Southwest experience.
He'll live. I'm sure she was calling him Hot Saucerman, Jeff.
Hot Saucerman.
One of his many nicknames. Yeah. He is a man of many nicknames. It sounds like you must have encountered what they call parking lot Scott. That's the not on air personality Scott.
So I made myself an Italian dinner. It was very good. Very excited. And I made a steamed an artichoke, and I made a citrus reduction Dijon aioli dipping sauce that I got to tell you.
Oh, wow.
Fucking outstanding.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds so good. But not to be outdone, Jeff, I also had a culinary accomplishment. I made a kind of sandwich that my friend refers to as a goo sandwich. And that's a sandwich with goopy kind of ingredients. And our goo sandwich was made out of peanut butter and Rice Krispie treats. Like I made Rice Krispie treats, but instead of putting them into the pan, I put them into the insides of this sandwich and I ate it. And it was really good, Jeff.
That sounds pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm
needed
glad
some milk, I think.
Milk on the side?
Yeah.
What did you wash it down with? And don't say some sort of awful flavor of Mountain Dew.
I washed it down with Mountain Dew birthday cake smash, Jeff.
No, you didn't.
The birthday cake flavored Mountain Dew.
You're lying to us because Kevin has just informed us Happuccinos. And again, welcome all Happuccinos and Happalations and Happenstancers. Happaquitics. Yep. Happy Daysers. Kevin has threatened us. I think we can say it's a threat, right? This is a terrorist threat. He's delivering Spencer and I one can apiece of what's the actual name of it, Kevin?
It's Mountain Dew Birthday Bash, I think. Let me check.
I think it's called Cake Smash, but I'm not sure. And Cake Smash also sounds like a sexual act. Yeah.
Well, I'm keeping it simple right now with a good old-fashioned Mexican Coke.
Wow. Yeah. Coke? That happens. Oh, shit. I said, oh, fuck. Oh, God, the soda. And now you're drinking soda. We got you addicted to soda, Jeff.
When I stop drinking alcohol, my sweet tooth goes mad because I'm not getting all the sugar that I normally get from beer and Fernet Branca, which has probably loads of sugar in it. So now I just want to eat chocolate all the time. And I made a huge mistake yesterday. Somebody gave me a bunch of weed, and I don't smoke weed, as you know, Spencer. Mm-hmm. And I'll do it once in a while. But I then remember why I don't smoke weed, because I eat everything in the goddamn house. And so I had chocolates. I had peanut butter cups, and I had some Italian chocolate called baci, which are like hazelnut little fuckers. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! So yeah, now I've quit drinking, and now I'm just going to get diabetes from drinking or eating sweets.
Hey, that could be good. I heard through the grapevine, by which I mean like someone on Discord said they saw something on Instagram or something that Dan might have been like tested positive for being pre-diabetic. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Me neither. And maybe it's not true. Maybe just some fucking schizophrenic person snuck into the Discord and is just making shit up. But
yeah, how would somebody find that out? Dan would not post something like that on social media, I don't think, would he?
Yeah, he's a pretty private individual. I think we can all agree.
Right. Yeah. That makes me sad to hear.
Yeah, I wonder if it's prediabetes.
I found my nose has been broken and I'm threatening to go get it fixed. Although my insurance is, if I go to the doctor I want to go to, it's going to cost me like $15,000, and because he doesn't take insurance because he's an asshole. But he's supposed to be like the best guy. And so I don't want to go bargain basement and get and come out looking like Courtney Cox after my nose job. But I looked up at my right nostril where my septum and leans over to it. It's like basically like not a 45-degree angle, but like I don't know, like about that. And if you pay for the subscription so you can see exactly the angle of my septum. And,
I could quote the angle. Like I could eyeball that angle, but I'm not going to say you have to watch it.
No, you got to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
And that was like there's a little bump, like a little growth on it. And now I think I have nostril cancer. I looked it up online. It's not uncommon to have little benign little growths up there, and it's getting better. I think I've just been fucking with it so much because my nose is all screwy. I think I've just made it inflamed or infected or something like that. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely are a candidate for surgery, and if they cut your nose open and they find nose cancer, that's great. Then they found it, right? That could be cool.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Yeah, they already cut you open. They'll just do it at the same time.
Nose cancer.
Yeah. Oh boy, Jeff.
Yeah. This is old guy is at his doctor's office. Very, very old man. And doctor says, "Well, I got bad news for you. You have cancer and Alzheimer's." And the old man says, "Well, at least I don't have cancer."
Damn, that's Alzheimer's is so aggressive. Like that's
I would call that pretty advanced Alzheimer's.
You have stage 1 cancer.
The doctor
stage
just
4
said it
like
2 seconds before he had just heard the words Alzheimer's, and I think that's advanced stage Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't miss booze at all. I don't miss like being drunk. I don't miss any of that. But then I'm now on my sweet tooth. I gotta stop it. This is not good. I'm not a soda person. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be mainlining fucking birthday cake Mountain Dew.
Hell yeah!
Which sounds like the absolute. You've laid some bad Mountain Dew flavors on me, Kevin Dave, and I'm happy to try them and give you my notes on it. But birthday cake flavored soda is that's a bridge too fucking far for my money.
I still insist birthday cake is not a flavor. I think you two are wrong. Birthday cake is not a flavor.
What?
It's a.
What do you mean?
Any cake?
How do you define
for birthday?
How do you define a flavor?
White sheet cake with white frosting and sprinkles has a flavor, and it's birthday cake. It's sugary, buttery, cakey cake flavor.
Yeah.
It's sugar and butter and that's it, right?
I mean, I understand what the flavor is. I think as a society we are wrong in calling that birthday cake flavor because any cake could be a birthday cake.
Now, if you make me, and I don't want it to be Mountain Dew, and I don't want if we could do one without the high fructose corn syrup, which is why I'm having the Mexican Coke because it's just good old fashioned sugar. They say. If you made me a proper carrot cake flavored soda, I'd give that a crack because carrot cake is the aristocrat of cakes. There's no better cake than carrot cake for my money, and that includes all chocolate cakes.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm
carrot
90% sure I have one of those somewhere here. Yeah, I do have a carrot cake. Yes, I do. I will get you one. I will have you one.
Carrot cake Mountain Dew.
Not
carrot
Mountain
cake
Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Who makes carrot cake soda, Kevin?
It's a company called Melba's. But there's also Lester's makes one too. Yeah.
Okay, lay that on me. Lay that on me. What other cakes would I like?
They have pumpkin pie cake or pumpkin pie soda too. Would you drink that?
I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
I'd give it a whirl. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that next week.
Yeah. Carrot cake. Oh yeah. A good carrot cake, man. Or like a German chocolate cake too with the little coconut bits in it. Yeah.
What do you like about carrot cake? What draws you to it?
Because it's not overly sweet. It's got the walnuts in it, and it's got that kind of little bit of cinnamon, or maybe I don't know. Is there nutmeg in there? I don't know what they put in it, but you got that cream cheese frosting, which is a little tangy. Mm-hmm. It's not just a sugar fest. It's not just like an overload of frosting. You got to get the ratio right. My friend Tracy Samuels, who I believe you know, Spencer, maybe Kevin knows too. She makes me a carrot cake as big as like a trash can. It's this high. And again, I'm holding my hands a certain length apart, and you're gonna have to pay to know exactly how big this carrot cake is.
Man, imagine
and you put it
how
in the
big
freezer.
that cake
You put it
is.
in the freezer, and then when you need it, you just slice off a big chunk of it and put that in the fridge and let it thaw out. And the big rest of the cake in the freezer does not degrade; it only gets better with time.
Whoa.
Love it. The
How does
frosting
the
just
cake
becomes
get
more frostinger. Yeah.
It's becoming too frostinger.
Now, Kevin, before we came on, was asking me about. He had a community question that that people were asking about. Kevin, what's the deal here?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I've known you guys forever, and I've never asked this, and I don't think we've ever talked about this in Harmontown or anything. And the question keeps coming up on Reddit. We know that, like, from Community, Abed is loosely based on our real Abed. How much of Jeff Winger was actually based on you?
It was loosely based on me. Like when Dan was first writing that, we would, he was trying to crack the code on that script, and a guy that falls from grace as a lawyer and then has to go to community college and stuff. And he drives a Lexus, which I do, and his name is Jeff. So like a lot of the characters are based on people that Dan knew, sort of, but like it's not that Jeff Winger is totally me, but it's certainly kind of essentially similar to me. And I auditioned for it and actually went to studio or network tests. I don't know if I made it or if it was all one, but we went to NBC or the studio on that, and I knew I wasn't going to get it because Joel McHale had a deal with NBC, so he was going to get the job. I never really ever thought I was going to get it. I went in there and read it, and when and did fine. There were a couple lines in it, and I have a really fast memory for words. So like I knew the words, but there were a couple lines I never really knew how to deliver it. I didn't know how to make them sound like me. It sounded really mean, and like not like in a way like not that I can't be mean, but it just sounded like, oh God, like I wouldn't want to watch me say that and then watch another episode of that show. It just didn't feel right. There were just a couple lines that were so not me that I really didn't know how to deliver them, and so I just said them. And it was fine. And Dan told me afterwards, he said, great job. And he goes, when you left the room, I said, well, there's my guy. So Dan was, kind of, gently pulling for me. But I think, neither of us thought that there was any chance that I was going to get the job. So that was no big surprise or letdown. And I think Joel did a much better job than I would have in that role. So everyone's a winner.
Yeah, Dan draws a lot from his real life. Oh, shit. Go ahead.
Do you ever watch any of Community and just go like, yeah, that sounds like me? Or did you feel he ever wrote you into it?
No. I feel like every character in Community, and this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, and I haven't seen 100% of Community. I've only seen like a smattering of episodes because I'm so angry. The sour grapes, you guys. Oh my God. If I ever fucking see Joel alone, he's a dead man. Except he's stronger than me and could certainly crush me like a fucking grape.
Yeah.
Have you seen these guys? Monster. That guy's got muscles. He's very very ripped. I, on the other hand, believe you can't be funny with muscles. You must be scrawny and have no skin, just have a real pallor, just never been in the sun. That's comedy. What was the question? I forgot.
Do you ever, did you ever hear yourself or think, yeah, that he was channeling me?
No, here's what I think. I think the characters are all loosely based on people that Dan knows, like Abed and Britta is. We have a friend named Britta. I don't know how much personality-wise that they're similar. I don't think really much at all. But my feeling has always been that, and I think this is a good way to go if I'm right. That everybody is based loosely on someone that Dan knows, but everybody is Dan. The Jeff character is me if Dan were me. Abed is Abed, our real Abed, but if Dan were real Abed. There's a huge dose of Dan Harmon in all those characters, but they're kind of wearing costumes of other people that he knows. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch Community and look at Jeff Winger and see myself in the mirror at all. Aside from the fact that I'm taller than most of the cast and drive a Lexus and I'm kind of a prick. So, I mean, we're very much alike.
Yeah, well, like every time there's an episode of the show, the character, goes through an event that kind of changes the character a little bit, and then they kind of grow more into their own thing that gets farther and farther apart from the inspiration because they're going on their own journey and building up, like their world building and stuff. So I'm sure it was inspired by you, and there's probably lines that are maybe references to things you might have said or stuff like that. But, overall, the character it becomes its own pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, when Dan was first writing it, the fantasy was that I was going to be in it, and that went away pretty quickly because the most important thing is let's get the fucking show made. And if NBC has a guy they want in it, then you say yes to that. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
I've only seen, I got to say, I don't think I've seen more than 5 episodes of that show. Maybe 6. Like sometimes Dan would invite us over to watch a screening of it before it aired, so I'd see those. But I also just not like for any real reason. I don't watch sitcoms. I don't know that I've ever seen a full episode of Friends. I've never seen Parks and Rec. I've never seen 30 Rock. I just don't really like. Which isn't to say that I wouldn't enjoy watching them. I'm sure they're hilarious, and everyone says they are, and I believe them. I just don't like turn on the TV and want to watch a sitcom.
Damn, that's because you're making comedy so much yourself.
I don't know. I just. Maybe it's a little bit of envy that people are doing the coolest job in the world and I'm not doing it. But also, I don't know. I'd rather watch an old movie. I'd rather watch a documentary on something like that. Like if I'm going to turn a TV on, I watch documentary stuff or old films and stuff. That's just my bag.
Yeah, I just like cartoons. I don't like most live action stuff. Like it's not like I don't watch live action, but just in my preferences are drawn to drawn pictures.
Can I tell you something I learned today? And I'm going to get this all wrong, everybody, because I don't speak Chinese, and I'm going to get this all wrong. But I was sitting at the drawing room drinking a fake beer. I was having a Heineken Zero and watching the Olympics because I needed to get out of the house. By the way, I've been hooked on the Olympics. I'm watching 20 hours of Olympics every day. It's fantastic.
Wow.
And people got like abs and shit. It's pretty wild. And somebody at the end of the bar sent down to our end of the bar. Dino was there with a friend of his from New York. And someone at the far end of the bar had sent down some uneaten French fries, like in a plastic to-go container. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want any, and nobody else wanted, but the girl that Dino was with wanted some. And so she opened up the fries. And then it was a kind of an off-brand ketchup packet. It wasn't Heinz or Hunt's. It was Red Gold ketchup, which I think is kind of a stupid name, but whatever.
Yeah.
Red Gold. Never heard of it, but I'm sure it was fine. And then we're talking about why some brands call it catsup versus ketchup. Mm-hmm. And then we're talking about fancy ketchup. You ever seen packets that say fancy ketchup?
Yeah, of course.
Now, this woman that was with Dino, who says that she speaks Chinese, and she seemed to know what she was talking about. She is not Chinese, but she speaks a bit. She was saying that the fancy ketchup comes from there's a certain kind of sauce or ketchup that's big in China, or it's like a certain kind of condiment, and it's like fancha ketchup, like something like that. But it sounds like if you Americanize it, the fancha or something like that is pronounced. We call it fancy, so they branded it as fancy ketchup. I just thought it was funny that anyone will call ketchup fancy. But apparently there's some sort of Chinese backstory to that, which I find very fascinating.
Yeah, well, I think even the word ketchup is Chinese. I think it just means fish sauce in Chinese or something, though. But it's like it's traveled around the world and changed, and people are like, oh, you can make these with these crazy new fruit we found called tomatoes. And, and then it become a tomato-based sauce. But
so ketchup is an Americanized version of a Chinese word as well?
Yeah. If you wanted to go to a store in China to look at their fish sauce or whatever the condiment is, it would say ketchup. Like that's what it would be labeled. But it wouldn't be ketchup as we know it. It would be, the sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Interesting and not quite entertaining, you know? Speaking of entertaining, I've been being entertained by I found this meme on TikTok ages ago where there's like this dancing piece of cheese and then this bootleg sounding like all the Pumped Up Kicks song by Foster the People by this like Spanish or Mexican guy or something. And I found out that the guy who does it is this guy. He's Peruvian. His name's El Tongo, and he does these amazing like parodies of American songs. They're not parodies. They're just like him trying to sing it without knowing the lyrics like at all. You know, like if a white person did it for like a Chinese song or something, it would be very offensive. But because he's like, you know, bastardizing English and stuff, it ends up being really, really funny. I wish I could find a clip. Maybe I can find a link for Kevin to play.
El Tongo?
El Tongo.
T-O-N or T-A-N?
T-O-N. I'm pulling a video right now. Hold on. Okay. But he's great.
While you're pulling that up, Joel Murray, that we travel with the Who's Live guys, we were at a bar in like was it Walnut Creek? Somewhere up in the like Bay Area esque kind of, you know, Northern California, that got really burned down by the fires. But we were at our hotel, which is now gone. One of the big fires up there completely wiped it out. Santa Rosa, I believe it's Santa Rosa, and lovely theater. The theater survived, thank God. So we're at the bar afterwards at the show, and it's me and Ryan Stiles and Proops and Joel and Bob, our piano player, and Morgan, our you know, producer road guy. And
Morgan Groby.
Joel just started, yes, the Groby, just started singing Sukiyaki. This is a Japanese song. And he was doing, we thought he knew the Japanese to it. He's like, and he said, he really starts singing it. And there was maybe about 10 other people in the bar. It was getting late. It was getting towards closing time. And he kept doing it really loud and it kind of like a kabuki, like, and but it sounded so legit. They're like, oh, Joel knows the Japanese lyrics to Sukiyaki. And when it was over, the bar was empty. He had cleared out the whole motherfucking place. And also, it was just gibberish. He doesn't know the words. He was actually being offensive. It was fantastic.
Sure.
Those were simpler times, you guys.
I love being offensive.
Yeah.
Me and the boys, you know, hanging around after high school, just saying N-words, man. Back before phone cameras. Before we'd be destroyed permanently for this shit, man. Oh,
I bet you were kind of a bully in high school. Like people saw you coming down the corridor and like in the hallways by the lockers, and people just stepped wide when Spencer was coming through because
No, I was well liked. I my older brother was cool, and that might have been part of it. But I don't know. I think, you know, being big, people don't want to necessarily get on your wrong side necessarily. But I think I was more of a loser. I hung out with all the losers. You know, I was in a group of people that got like the bullies that would come around. They wouldn't bother me, but they would come around and like hassle the people that I was hanging out with a fair amount. So, you know, It was. I was always nice, but well, that's not true. Like I said, we hung out with the losers, and I wasn't always, but I was sometimes like, man, these guys are losers, you know. So I wouldn't like make fun of them to gain clout or anything, but I was like, yeah, this is.
Yeah, I went from hanging out with really cool people, really smart, funny, talented, creative people like Matt Gorley, who we all know. Like I met him in 7th grade, and in high school we were buds, and my friend Sam, and like all these really just thoughtful, considerate, kind, great people, and fell in with a group of complete assholes. Like they were just like, you know, thieves and kind of like involved with like gangs. And they were just like this one friend of mine, Brian, I won't say his last name. He was like a rich kid. And I was not a rich kid. I lived below the boulevard, as they say. There was above Whittier Boulevard, and there was below Whittier Boulevard. And the people that lived above the boulevard lived in big houses, and we lived in the small houses. And we got, you know, teased about it for being below the boulevard. It was like a John Hughes film. Like it was like 16 Candles and shit. And I was Molly Ringwald. and but hotter. And so like he was pretty privileged, and we were at a Del Taco drive-thru one night, 10, 11 p.m. and he's driving, and we order our food. The food comes, we pay, and he pulls forward like a car length forward past the window, and then goes, "Oh shoot, I forgot to get extra hot sauce," and gets out of the car. And he's like a thin, he's not like a tough guy. We were both kind of scrawny, and he gets out, and the woman leans through the window, and he just punches her right in the face, sucker punches her, and then gets back in the car laughing, like he had pulled off some awesome practical joke. And I don't believe I hung out with him after that. Like those are the people that I started falling in with, and then thank God I saw the light and started hanging out with the cool people again. Like, and by cool, people that didn't think they were cool, people that didn't care about cool. They were just good people. I was such a piece of shit.
In high school and stuff, I did hang out with a lot of burnouts and stuff, but they weren't like aggressors and stuff. I think sometimes they would deal with people like, like finding the drug kids that had the drugs and stuff. Like they would be dealing with people that were more like of a rough customer kind of stuff, but we were never that bad. Although I will say there was this older guy that I knew, and he was probably the worst out of everyone, like the most delinquent. And one time I was driving around with him, and we saw this kid we knew who was kind of always like being, I don't know. It wasn't like, it's not just annoying. It was also like kind of like destructive or malicious, but it's this kind of like you just have this kid energy that you don't know what to do with. So you're not being a bully, but you're just being a public nuisance. Like anytime this person was around, it would always be all like, oh, he's like biting the slide, or he's yelling at a tree or something, like just this energy. And so we saw him, and we pulled over to talk to him, and then my friend pulls out an airsoft gun and shoots him in the face with the airsoft gun, and then like drives off. And then like a couple days later at school, like I get called into the principal's office. Oh no, before this, the guy talked to me afterwards, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I don't know what the fuck was, like I didn't, this is not something we normally go do, is drive around shooting people with airsoft guns. And he was like, who was that? And I was like, and I gave him a fake name of this other kid who I didn't like. And then I got called into the office, and they were like, oh, we heard you were in a car with this guy when he shot this other guy, and I was like, no, I don't hang out with that person. He's a fucking loser. Like, no one hangs out with that person. Like, ask him. Like, we've literally never hung out in our life, and so then I didn't get in trouble. I didn't hear anything else about it, but so that's like, but we didn't do that. Like, that wasn't a normal occurrence. That was like the one time I've ever seen anything like that. And that was this one guy. But yeah. Kevin, I think has El Tongo pulled up.
I have something else someone just sent too, though.
Okay, yeah. Kevin's showing my senior year high school ID from Lucerna High School, class of 91. I did have natural dreadlocks because I was fucking awesome. I was so cool, you guys. I would shred the gnar, and I would gleam various cubes. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this piece of shit.
And it says you're valid. This looks like the kind of kid that would like be in a commercial for like Sunny D or Pizza Bagels or something,
Yeah, and the thing is, I had never done a drug in my life at this point, and I would not do a drug for another 10 years after this. And I was a bodyboarder, so my hair was, you get that salty, seawater, sandy stuff in your hair, and also I have a lot of nervous energy, so when my hair gets long in class, I would just fuck with it, and it eventually started to dread up. And then one day I had dandruff flakes the size of like butterflies, and because you're not washing your hair, because if you wash your hair, the dreads will fall out. And who wants the worst that could happen to a white boy is for his dreadlocks to fall out. When you're culturally appropriating a hairstyle from other cultures, it's important to maintain it at all costs. God damn it! And so I just took some clippers and buzzed it all off one day, and wow. And those. Okay, let's watch some El Tongo for pity's sake. Now, will people that are live streaming this, will they be able to see this as we're seeing it right now?
Yes, they will.
That's a good question.
This is very exciting. Again, another reason to subscribe.
Breaking new ground here.
So this is an actual song that he's just doing what he hears.
Yeah. This is
I don't know
song. What is it called? Numb is the song by like System of a Down, I think. He has a lot of costumes.
What does he look like?
He kind of reminds me of my dad, honestly.
Wow.
And he looks like he's like 50 maybe? How old do you think this guy is?
It's hard to say. He's old enough to know better.
Yeah. This is the chorus.
Do you think he does any actual research, or is this honestly what he thinks is going on here?
I don't know, man. There's so much effort put into these. Like, it feels like I don't want to just believe that, oh, he just doesn't know the lyrics, because he put so much work into it, you know? Mm-hmm. But at the end, like, he does the song, and then he does, like, a breakdown, and then they do, like, a redo of the song, like, in a more kind of, like, I don't know. Like a different kind of rhythm.
He looks like a Venezuelan overlord. Like this is like he's like the Kim Jong Un of some sort of like some South or Central American country that we don't really that doesn't really exist.
The Kim Jong Un kind of.
He's the Kim Jong Un of wherever he's from. Do we know where El Tongo is from?
I think he's Peruvian. Yeah.
Peruvian.
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, Kevin, he's not killing it. Kevin, what are you doing? Okay. Kevin's on a delay today. Thanks so much. Wow, we've never done that before.
Is it cynical of me just to think that this is not a joyful thing that this guy's doing. This is something that he did once, and it was kind of funny. People are like, dude, you could totally go viral with that. And now he just cranks them out like sausage out of a meat grinder, and he just does it because like he wants to be internet famous, and it's not, he's not doing anything helpful.
That's the world we live in, Jeff. The incentives are so perverse. It feels like it feels like the amount of people in the economy and stuff that are just like ripping people off or like stealing value as opposed to like actually, you know, like providing value and being paid for that is like it's got to be at a higher rate than it's ever been. Like there's never been more people doing less and making, you know, and getting reward. I'm not talking about this guy. I'm just talking about in general. You know, like pyramid schemes and stuff, like just everything. Like there's just so many people that are just grifting, and it just seems like, I wonder what the reality is, but it definitely seems like there's more grifters now than there have ever been on any point, you know, in human history, and they're probably capturing more income than they ever have before.
Yeah, not totally related, but sort of just in just internet fame and stuff like that. I read a headline that movie theater shooting where 2 people got shot, right? Like a week ago, something like that. The headline that I read was like a woman is killed and an influencer. A woman and an internet influencer. Like that person got billing as an influencer. Mm-hmm. Fucking dumb. Remember that time we had influencers on Harmontown? Was it once or more than once? Where we had like we have a couple guests tonight. Steve Levy would announce that we had a couple of guests. Who are they? They're influencers. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I'd never heard of that phrase before, or term before. And there was just 2 guys, and like, what, influencing what? Dumb, stupid, dumb, stupid.
I don't remember, when did we have influencers on, or what kind of
Thank you for not remembering, because that's what the most forgettable shit. They were just 2 dudes that wore like, you know, nice sneakers, and they talked about I don't remember. I remember sitting there doodling and just writing down. I have my little notebooks, which I will donate to charity or the Smithsonian or something like that, of the notes that I take. And you can tell when I'm having fun, because there's not a lot of notes, there's not a lot of doodling. But when I wasn't having fun in Harmontown and I was comptrolling, it's a lot of just drawings of me blowing my brains out, and just me writing, I hate this, let me out of here, I want to die. Kill me. This sucks. This blows. Who are these fuckers? Yeah, that was one of those episodes. Influencers.
Do you remember this, Kevin?
I do not.
Thank you for not remembering. Just the two.
I remember the guy
who-
that was pitching his liquor business at South by Southwest.
Right, I remember that
who you're
guy.
talking about?
No, it was at Meltdown. It was at Meltdown, and there were two young influencers, and that was the first time I'd heard that phrase or term rather. And I wanted to punch my ears in the balls.
I in my head, you're thinking about the guys who did Stranger Things, and you're just thinking that they were influencers.
No, they called themselves influencers. I fucking guarantee it. I would not make that up because it's too weird to make up.
No, I believe you. Yeah. It's just the Meltdown. There was a lot of weird. We'd have audience members come up in the Meltdown, and then I would believe it if it were just like weird people like that. Like I don't.
These were
booked guests that Dan.
These were booked
found?
guests that I think Levy booked for us, and yeah, I mean
we gotta find this.
Was it the Game Grumps?
These were.
Are
they influencers? I don't fucking know. The Ingrams?
They are no
Game
Grumps.
Grumps.
The Game Grumps. They're YouTubers.
Game Grumps.
They might have been influencers though.
Okay.
That could have been it.
Well, I'll tell you what. They influenced me so much I don't know who the fuck they were or what they were doing up there.
Damn.
So stupid.
Jeff can't be influenced. I
can absolutely be influenced, but calling yourself an influencer is just like. It's like somebody goes like, "Hey, I'm like super funny." Okay, go away. Influence my dick and my balls and get the fuck off my ass. Why am I so angry about this? Just calling yourself an influencer is stupid.
The only things we want to be influenced by are the messages from these fine sponsors.
Oh yeah, this is real influence, you guys. Buy this shit, or you're an asshole.
Hey, it's Carl Teddy Jr. Red coming to talk to you about the That Happens subscription. Do you like That Happens? Get a subscription. That's right, all the That Happens you could eat delivered to your feed every Thursday or sometimes Wednesday. That Happens, the subscription. I'm Carl, whatever I said my name was, something Junior Red, Carl something Junior Red. For That Happens, the subscription. Subscribing? That happens.
Ooh,
okay. I don't know.
Everybody drink.
Oh, yeah. I haven't. This is like the longest I've ever had a Mountain Dew on this show.
Look how I lost weight. Look, I must have lost 10 pounds by not drinking beer for almost 2 weeks.
You look great. Crazy. You look like you've lost weight, and also you look generally just smaller. Like you look like you've not just lost weight, but you've also like lost like 5 inches or something.
Well,
you look smaller.
I have no muscles, and I'm not wearing a jacket, so I'm losing the little bit of
shoulder.
shape of a suit. Which look at I've got these little. I have no muscles. I've gone recently to some spin classes that my ex-girlfriend Kate teaches, and she also does this thing called burn. So you spin for a while, and you sweat your tits off, and you want to die a little bit, and because I'm wildly out of shape, and then you do some stuff like on a mat where you're like lifting, squatting, and thrusting, and you do some stuff with some weights, and there's lots of core stuff like that, and I'm so weak. So yeah, you can see how I'm very scrawny, very little. I got no. Look at that shit. I'm like
you're looking
Johnny
kind
Thunders.
of like Vince the Pitch Man for ShamWow.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be this skinny, I should at least have like abs. Like I should have like heroin body. But I don't have heroin body. I got a little pudge around the middle. It's going away though. I'm actually you can see some definition around the old tum-tums.
More pudging for the nudge.
For the nudging.
More pudging for the nudging. I'm about to nudge this pudge.
So friends of mine that are fully vaccinated got COVID again.
Yep.
It's fucking bullshit. I blame Florida.
I know this isn't Harmontown, but Kumail really jumped down my throat when I said that you could still get infected after you get the vaccine, and that you can still pass the infection after you get the vaccine, and that you still might have to wear masks after the vaccine. He really jumped on my ass for saying those things on the Harmontown reunion show, and everything I said was completely right. So Fuck that guy. That happened.
Yeah, fuck you, Kumail.
It's an anti.
You heard it here. You heard it here. That's the name of our episode. Fuck you, Kumail.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But
we love Kumail.
I don't know. I'm a small man, not physically, but spiritually, mentally, ethically. I'm a small man, and it bugged me that I was like, I'm not lying here.
What was his angle? I forget. He
thought I think
people out of.
Yeah, I think that's what his concern was, which is fine, and I agree with that. I think where he was coming from was definitely valid. But looking back, I was maybe a bit more right than people wanted to admit. That's the thing about pessimism, Jeff. You're often right when you're a pessimist, or if you're not right, it's good. It's good to be wrong when you're a pessimist.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's why I like it. People always they go, well, I don't understand how you can be so negative. I'm like, it's great being negative. I'm always right. I'm always, I don't know.
I'm stupidly optimistic, and in the face of no reason to be optimistic. Like I have a million gigs booked starting in September, and like every day, Florida is just gonna try to fuck it. It's just gonna try to fuck everything. Can we just Bugs Bunny, Florida, and just saw it off the goddamn continent and fucking let them drift out to go hang out and just go be with Bermuda for a while.
Looney Tunes taught me that Florida was made out of plywood. It's all 2x4s.
I didn't know that.
That's how they did it. It was all practical. When Bugs Bunny sawed Florida, that was all done practically.
Oh! I gotta share this with you guys. This fucking got my goat. Yesterday,
What?
I'm having a fake beer at the drawing room, watching my Olympics. Try to get out of the house again, and I'm sitting there, and there's a dude there he's a nice fellow. I don't know him, but I've seen him in there before. We must have spoken at some point, and he came down and sat near me and whoever I was sitting with, a couple people, and I think there were other options. There are other places to sit, and if he's listening, there's every chance he's listening to this because he seemed to know everything about me.
Oh.
And I don't really know much about this guy at all, and he's around my age maybe, and he's very pleasant, but he was kind of getting in the conversation a lot, and just kind of inserting himself, and I maybe he's listening, and if you are listening, sir, this is not me trying to talk shit, but you'll know where I'm going with this. I was getting a little, I'm sober in a bar, which is never ideal. It's not fun to be in a bar if you're not drinking because everybody's a fucking dipshit, and you want to be in that zone. You don't want to be the only sober guy in the bar because everyone is a fucking moron, and it's not fun. So now the groovy part is I go in there, I have a fake beer, and I leave because I'm bored and I hate everything. So I go home and I make a sandwich. And
Hell yeah.
and watch more Olympics. So this guy, he's just kind of benignly inserting himself into the conversation, little annoying. And then he knows my other friend Cody, and he's like, and afterwards, Cody's like, who the fuck is that guy? How does he know everything about me? He maybe just has been eavesdropping on our conversations and has gleaned all this kind of personal information. So I have my sweet tooth because I'm not drinking the booze, and I go next door to the Italian joint because that's where I got my Mexican Cokes, and I got some of those Italian chocolates, these baci, which are great. So good.
Yeah.
And so I come back into the bar, and I got a little white to-go sack, a little paper bag, and I put it on the bar, and the guy says, hey, what you got there? So, hey, what did you get there, Slick?
Damn.
And I just... Again, subscribe to see the look that I gave this guy. I just turned and went, Slick? Did you just call me Slick? And he goes, now he feels like he stepped in it. Now he's all apologetic. I was like, no. He's like, oh, you don't like Slick? I'm like, no, fucking no. No one wants to be called Slick.
Yeah.
I said, don't call me Chief. Don't call me Big Guy. Don't call me Ace. Don't call me Bro. Don't call me fucking, Buddy Boy.
Slick is probably more condescending than all of those, because chief is at least like, this is like a neutral term, but it's like this guy, like, it's like you're saying, oh wow, you want to think you're so slick, you know, like you're not just like, oh man, look how slick this guy is, I'm gonna call him slick, that's how slick he is. It's like, no, you're like this guy,
like shorter people, like if I'm in line somewhere, like, hey, big guy, like I'll get a big guy once in a while, you know, I'm
sure
nearly 6'4", so I understand that it's stupid. And at one time I was playing pool with at the Derby back in the old days, and there was a guy, I think his name is Mondo, probably not his real name, but he was one of the musicians. What do you play, horn? For Royal Crown Review, one of the swing bands back in those days, and they're probably still around. And we played pool, and he was very nice, but he called me boss the whole time. He called me boss like 40 times a game, and I was like, you're fired. If I'm your boss, here's your pink slip. Clean out your desk, you fucking piece of shit. So I was bummed out about Slick, and just like also, this guy was already being kind of a nudge already, and then the Slick thing was like him trying to like high status me, and I didn't like it. Yeah, there is something kind of vaguely insulting about someone being called Slick.
No, it's very insulting. It's saying like, oh, you look like a used car salesman or something. Like, it's definitely like it's a very big judgment. It has a lot of loaded kind of like.
So here's what I do like. I like calling people hotshot. You know how I like calling people hotshot? Kids. Like if a kid is like running around at a party and trips and falls on their head, way to go, hotshot. Like hotshot's funny. If somebody called me hotshot when I did something stupid, I would like that, because hotshot is making fun of you, but it also makes fun of them, because calling somebody a hotshot is just kind of, I think, inherently cute. It's funny.
Hotshot is funny. Yeah, there's something funny about hotshot.
So he calls me Slick, and then he's apologizing, and then I get up to leave because I was turning into a pumpkin by not drinking at a bar in the daytime, and I get up to leave, and he wants to buy my drink, and he feels all bad about it. I'm like, seriously, man, I've forgotten all about it, clearly. And I like, don't worry about it. So I go home last night, and I'm watching TCM, Turner Classic Movies, and they just finished up a series on Friday nights of neo-noir, like kind of 60s, 70s, 80s film noir kind of style films, like, you know, Chinatown, and they put Blade Runner in there. And which I'd never seen all the way through. I just saw that a couple nights ago for the first time. Like Bonnie and Clyde was in there. So it's you know, noirish stuff, but in a modern way. And they closed it out with a film that I really did not care for. I never saw it back in the day, from the, I don't know, 87-ish, 88, 87. Michelle Pfeiffer, Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell in Tequila Sunrise. Anybody? Have you seen that, Kevin?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Raul Julia is very good in it. Yeah, he plays a drug dealer, like a cartel. He's fantastic in it. It's a little schmaltzy, but I think they were going for that. I don't think they were trying to take it too seriously. I think they weren't trying to be camp, but they weren't trying to be really hard boiled about it. I think they were kind of having a little bit of fun with it, and I just didn't really love it. And I could almost see it coming. Mel Gibson and Michelle Pfeiffer get into a fight in a kitchen. They're arguing because they're kind of, will they, won't they, and you know, and he's trying to fuck her over and fuck Kurt Russell over and all this shit. And he's trying to get some information out of her, and she says, you want to fuck your friend, you fuck him. Or, you can't fuck him and fuck me, and blah blah blah. And she walks out, and he goes, oh, thanks for all the bullshit, Slick. I'm like, oh, and she was almost through the door to leave the apartment or the house, and she stops. And turns around and walks back into frame and says, "Did you just call me Slick?" And I fucking died laughing. She's like, "Don't call me Slick." Fantastic. And that's life imitating art, I think.
I think so.
Slick. Fuck you. I was in a good mood before this. Now I'm all pissed off. Influencers and Slick. That's all it takes. You know what it is? I'm a dry drunk now. I'm a fucking one of those guys that drink too much, and now he's sober, and he's just a cranky old fucker.
Yeah, you're an angry sober, Jeff. I don't know.
No. I'm in a very good mood.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else? Did I tell you that I got the box of Mountain Dew supplies sent to me? Mountain Dew sent me a Baja Summer kind of box.
Is it all different flavors of summertime dews?
Yeah, it was those 3 Baja Blast flavors like we tried on the show. They sent me those, and they also sent me these room sprays, which are like scents that you can air condition, like air. They actually smell really good. They smell the pineapple and coconut one smells like the soda, but the other 2 don't smell like the soda at all. They actually just smell like, a candle or something. Nice.
I'm gonna call those Mountain Don'ts.
Oh no. Oh, isn't there like an eau de, like a French perfume is like eau de or something? Eau de do or something like. Is that a joke we could be making?
Eau de toilet.
Eau de toilet. Yeah. That's what it's called, right? Toilet water.
Speaking of weird sprays, one of our I don't is Manscaped still a sponsor of ours, Kevin?
I don't think we've actually recorded the Manscaped ad. I don't think they're a sponsor yet. But
okay, well,
they sure will be.
Then this is not an ad. I'm not going to weigh in positive or negatively on this because they're not paying me for it. But I received a big box of a rather large. Did you get your Manscaped swag, Spencer?
Yeah, it was great. They sent me the freaking Lawnmower 3.0, Jeff. Oh boy, yeah. And the plow.
You know what I liked? I've never had a nose hair trimmer. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's like a weed whacker, but you stick it in your face and it eats up your nose hair. And now my nose hair looks like I went to like a fancy spa and had it like waxed.
Yeah, I haven't tried mine out, but I've never had one of those before. But the last 10 years or so, I've definitely been noticing more nose hairs and stuff. So I gotta give it a swirl.
Well, among the other things that were in the thing, they put some panties in there for me, some under trousers, and some other stuff, and one spray called Ball Toner.
Oh yeah,
and there's precious little information about what the pros versus the cons are of toning your balls. It just says give your junk a couple sprays, and I did it. Am I a happier person? Not noticeably, but I think just the act of just having a dedicated thing to spray on your balls. I don't know.
That's self-care, Jeff.
It is self-care, is it? I don't know.
You got to tone those balls.
And then there's a ball deodorant, which I guess here's an old school ball deodorant. Take a shower before having sex. Before anyone gets down there, clean it up. Don't make anyone go through that. That's fucking nasty. I think the danger of ball deodorant, it's just going to make people lazier and feel like you can just throw some deodorant on some stanky balls, and that you fucking did your significant other or whoever you're hooking up with a service. Don't do that.
Wow, it tastes like sour sweat and deodorant. This solves all my problems as a person who enjoys filleting.
15 minutes left, Kevin says. Do we have enough time to play a little D&D?
We could. We'd also just... Oh, I guess we can't end early, huh? We got other shows that we gotta fit. I'm not gonna lie to you people. I gotta shit like a... Do racehorses shit? Is that something that happens? Oh, I said that happens. No, but I do get a shit. It's not good. I don't think it would be good to go on the show.
Kevin and I can certainly fill time. Is this going to be one of those long, like you're going to finish the New York Times crossword puzzle shits, or is this going to be a surgical strike?
It will be, and I want to end I want to be here for the end of the show. I think I'd miss the end of the show. So
we can end early. That's not a problem.
I don't want to poop shame you, Spencer, but this is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Seems an odd time for a real important poop.
Yeah, what did I eat yesterday? Well, you have a lot of caffeine.
You have a lot of caffeine in your diet, and that's got to make you a little more ready to roll.
Yeah. Well, what if we just go until I'm crowning, and then once that happens, we can end the show? Could that be fun?
Yes. Let's not take it that far.
Oh, okay. No, I think I'm okay. I'm getting my second wind. Well, this is maybe my third wind actually. But yeah. Well, should we try to play D&D? I mean, we could.
Weren't we in the middle of combat last time? Well, how about
That's
this?
the thing.
Let's just. I think we were okay. Let's just go real fast. I'll read my thing real quick. Episode 21, right? That was 21 last time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have boat. Walter's dead. We sail to the something. Can't read that. The smugglers. We sail to the smugglers' shit. I probably meant ship. I wrote shit. Big Copper. Johnny Fever's with us. It's a one-mast ship, 90 feet long, 20 feet wide. I grabbed the captain. Yeah, I got him by the fucking with the dagger. He's got old military clothing. A wizard motherfucker comes out like an old wearing like some fancy jazz. I got everyone assembled on deck. There's a big dude with style. He's probably the wizard. And there's a shirtless dude. That's all I have. And then we started fucking the fur started to fly, as I recall.
Yeah. You started a battle.
Okay, maybe, but you do the recap, Spencer, and maybe we get just a couple dice rolls in here, just to get a little action in our day when I'm not complaining about nothing.
Let's last time on That Happens, our heroes were in a boat. What was the name of the boat? Our heroes were on the Liberator on their way to stop the smuggling operation, or smugglers' ring. They were sailing to a ship full of smugglers to stop them. They had learned after breaking up the smuggling ring that was taking place in this old house that they had a seafaring operation and they had to shut it down. And so that's why, after partnering with the late Walter Sallmore, they got this ship and took it towards the ship, the other one, the ship that was full of the freaking smugglers, waiting until nightfall for the perfect time to ambush. Our heroes snuck over to the new ship, the smuggler's ship, the Sea Ghost, and started creeping around. They interrogated someone a little tiny bit and then slit his throat and pushed him into the water. And then they grabbed the freaking captain with a knife to his throat. They got him to pull out, or to bring out his whole crew to try and get him to stop, not fight and throw down their weapons. But it only kind of worked. And while some threw away their weapons, the rest attacked. And the attacking is happening now.
All right. So how many active foes do we have coming at us?
There's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4. Oh boy. Yeah, there's 4. There's the guy that's not wearing a shirt. It was you had a ray of frost in the air that you were firing at someone.
Right.
Do you know who you're? Let's just say it was at. I think it was at the guy without the shirt. So you were rolling your attack? So do you want to finish rolling that?
Right. So I roll a d20 to see if it hits. Right.
Yep.
11.
That is not going to hit. Oh, did you add? You add 5 or something, right?
It's what is it?
You add your charisma bonus.
That's +4. So that'll be 15 then.
And then you also add your proficiency bonus, which I think is +1 or +2. That one actually, that will hit. Yeah. So you hit him. So roll damage, which I think is 1d8. Is that right?
Ray of Frost is 1d8. Yes.
All right, so roll 1d8 for your frozen damage.
3.
All right, so you hit him for 3 damage. You hit the first mate for 3 damage, and you can see the chill kind of, like the frost kind of settle over his limbs, this kind of fuzzy kind of white, and it slows him down. The kind of chill to his bones is kind of, has slowed him down, but he's still kind of charging forward. Now, I guess let's just put it at Jeff's turn.
Okay, so what was my current situation? I forget. Was I still like grappling with somebody, or am I free?
The captain that you had your blade to his neck, he pulled some crazy maneuver and pulled himself out of the grapple. So he doesn't have any weapons because he threw all his weapons down, but he kind of punched at you, and you're kind of, you're kind of in melee with him, with Big Copper and John. And then the guy without the shirt is charging at you. There's another guy that's kind of circling towards you, and then the guy, the deck wizard, he has the kind of fashionable clothing. He's hanging back, kind of casting spells from a distance.
So wait, the shirtless guy was charging at me?
Yeah, he's kind of running towards you. Yeah.
Okay, I loose a short bow at that motherfucker.
All right.
And that's a 21.
That's gonna hit. So roll damage.
And my damage is D6. Just 1.
Okay, and I think you add your bonus. So you would add your dexterity bonus.
5 total.
All right, so 5 total. But it is a bit. What do you call it? It's a bit of an involved process to pull out your bow and aim it out at the guy. And so while that all is happening, the captain, he gets a sneaky punch into your stomach, and he punches you for 3 damage.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah. So then it's going to be the pirate's turn.
Do you have my current hit points right now, Spencer?
Have you taken any damage? No, you should be at full health right now.
Okay.
I believe.
Someone
can correct me.
Minus 3.
Oh, 3, and then no, and you got punched again. So minus 3 more. So I guess you're down 6. Sorry, because he punched you in the last game too. I knew I was missing some damage. But yeah. So the first mate is going to charge at you, and he actually is going to swing his longsword at you, and he catches you right on the shoulder. You kind of duck, but just a bit too slow. And this is Jeff I'm talking to. So 1d8. Ooh, this is going to hurt. I was on. Oh. It only did 2 damage somehow.
2?
Okay.
2?
Yeah, 2 damage.
Okay. I'm down.
All right, I really do gotta. I do gotta shit though, you guys. This is becoming a situation. I don't know how I did this to myself. Why did I create this situation?
Would you call it a butt hanger?
Oh no, I would. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Thanks,
okay.
Everybody.
Okay, look, you know what? We're all friends here. We're all adults. We can talk about the real stuff. Why don't we call it an evening? Let Spencer go heed nature's call. Thank you so much, Hapuchinos, for being with us and listening to me bitch about just nothing. Please join us next week for the smooth, refreshing taste of birthday cake flavored Mountain Dew. We'll have special guests. Carol Channing and Neil Gaiman will be with us with their new book of vegan cupcake recipes. And anything else, Kevin?
You got a Patreon. You want to plug your Patreon?
Oh yeah, my Patreon. I'm still trying to write a book, everybody. And now that I've cleaned up my act, I'm actually getting back to the old writing in earnest. So Storytime with Jeff B. Davis is a thing. And to all those people that are already patrons, thank you so much for putting up with me and my laziness. But I love you all dearly. And if you go to whoslive.com, who's with a WHOSE live.com, you can see our huge list of potential gigs coming up. We're all over North America. And we are coming to a city near you, so please come see us because we miss your tits and we want to see you and gently fondle you and spread the gamma variant and really keep the COVID rolling. I love you all. Spencer, scamper away and go make magic happen.
Oh yeah, but first, just people might not know, but you can actually watch this. You don't have to just listen to it. If you go to shrobhomevideo.com on Sundays when we record, what do we record at? 5:30, right? 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can actually watch this live. And if you go to shrobhomevideo.com, you can also find a link to the Discord, and that's where people are talking, watching the show. You're not just catching it on Thursdays as a podcast, so you can check that out too.
And
what's
Kevin,
next,
who's on deck? Who's on deck for the next show on Schrob Home Video here?
We got Draw With Me by David Hartman, and then after that, what everybody's waiting for is a new episode of Found Crap, followed by Unpack the Crap with Rob and Kate. Coming up
I
right
think
now.
I know what crap they're going to be finding. Mine.
Oh no,
Oh,
Spencer. Now you're making me worried. Let's consider this a medical emergency. Good night and good day, and we love you all dearly. Thank you so much for being here. We will catch you on the flip flop. Bye bye.
Shit with Satan. I don't know.
Scarpins Avenue.